it's not every day that Blackstone gets involved in investment banking deals with sports teams. Why did you guys get involved with the Dodgers?
You know, remember, this began as a bankruptcy filing, and we have a world-class bankruptcy group, restructuring group, and but a key part of the valuation for the bankruptcy was going to be the media rights. Remember that the Dodgers originally were trying to get a new media rights transaction done outside of the bankruptcy, and when they couldn't do that, they had to file. And so we combined on the media side and the restructuring side to put together a team for Frank McCourt and the Dodgers. During the sale process, was there anything that really surprised you? I don't think I had a single day where I wasn't surprised. This was a pretty unique process between the bankruptcy court and and dealing with all the bidders and dealing with Major League Baseball and dealing with the press reporting. You know, this was a very public transaction, which is, you know, not typical, and so every day was a new day. Was the final sale price more than you anticipated on day one when you first started this? No. I always believed that this was worth a lot of money. And I still believe that people will stop talking about, I can't believe they paid that much money, to, wow, what a great deal they did in a couple of years. Because I truly believe that this franchise has a long way to go, and I believe that the media opportunity is a real one. And you know, if they execute on it, I think people will really say that this was a great deal. You know, the whole world of media rights in sports, and in particular baseball's local television rights, has really skyrocketed in terms of rights fees and the valuations of these deals. And in fact, before McCourt put the team up for sale, they were saying $1.7 or $1.5 billion for a long-term deal. And then even as the sale process was going on, the valuation of baseball team rights was escalating. How did that impact the sale of the team? Well, I think we found ourselves in a very good place where there were a number of these transactions that had been occurring, whether it was the Rangers or even during the deal, the Angels had done a deal, the Lakers. You know, there was a series of transactions that were occurring that we were able to obviously take advantage of. And being in the second biggest media market in the United States, you know, it was an opportunity that should have and was presenting itself. In fact, that's what the team was trying to take advantage of even before the bankruptcy filing had happened. And you look at the comparables, though, obviously the Dodgers, a bigger market than, you know, a lot of these other teams that have new deals. Was it tough to convince potential bidders that, hey, look, you know, if the Texas Rangers have a 20-year deal worth $3.2 billion, you know, this is worth 25, 30% more than that, because this is a relatively new phenomenon in baseball? Yeah, I think it's really a new phenomenon in all of sports. I don't think it's just baseball per se, because certainly many of the leagues themselves have been starting their own regional sport or sports networks, whether they're regional sports networks or just national networks. And I think that it wasn't tough to convince people that there was a big media opportunity to take advantage of in Los Angeles. I think what made this transaction particularly unique is that, as you know, usually these media rights are locked up for 10 or 20 years with long-term contracts. And in this case, we were right at the end of the existing contract. So everybody knew that really within 6 months of owning the team, you'd be able to enter into a new negotiation to take advantage of what is a very strong market for sports media rights right now. I know you can't talk to any of the specifics, but one of the unique things about this deal was Frank McCourt had an understanding with Major League Baseball, a sale agreement, which gave him a lot more control over terms of selling the team than is normally the case. How much did that help you in putting together a deal and selling the team? Well, look, I can't get into specifics, but I think they were very important to us. It really gave us a great amount of freedom to conduct an open auction, if you will, for the team, and to let the market really speak in terms of trying to find the highest bid to win. It also allowed us to put a framework around certain value drivers like the media that were able to, that enabled us to have a more specific conversation and allowed bidders to really feel much more confident in what they were actually buying. So the special terms were very important to the deal, but I think that overall it was the strategy that was put in place to really identify the sources of value on the team as well as the source of value on the media to drive, you know, the ultimate price.
At the end of the day, do you think this deal, the Dodgers, is going to have an impact on how baseball team transactions move forward in terms of looking at media rights, or do you think that the Dodgers are really, given their media rights deal was coming up for renewal, given the sale agreement McCord had with Major League Baseball is extremely unique?
I think it's probably a little of everything. Not to dodge your question, but I think that this was a great asset in great circumstances, but a very unique sort of process that happened. I think it really reflected, you know, an open auction and the value that these teams have and the media rights that are associated with them have. And, you know, we'll see. We'll see. That's you know, to be written.